Good morning. It's Friday Eve. Shelby is with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sheldon, how are y'all? Y'all were up late.
Yeah, had a late night. Shelby had an even shorter night because she had to be in early this morning, so she's a trooper for sticking it out with us here on Second Cup this morning. But busy first alert day.
Yes.
Yesterday did some chasing. So before we get to our footage, actually, we're going to change things up a little bit. Before we get to our footage, so first off, Shelby, tell us a little bit about your experience because we kind of targeted two different areas, which is the beauty of our weather team is that we have so many members, we can split up, cover the entire region. So what was your target area yesterday and what did you see?
So I feel like, honestly, you got to see the cooler stuff. You got the cooler part, but we did see some really pretty storms. One of those storms, the hail intensified and the cloud turned green. It was so pretty. I got some pretty good pictures on it on my phone. And then a little bit later that night, a storm just north of Amarillo popped up. And I mean, the cloud to ground lightning was just constant. It was beautiful. So those were really fun to watch. I love lightning. It's my second favorite thing to do photography of behind tornadoes. So that was a lot of fun. Those ones in Dalhart, we kept an eye on. They kind of weakened, but we chased one. It started near Stratford. And we just took off with it and followed it. And it developed pretty good, but we stayed away from the hail, which was a pretty good call, I think.
Yeah, that's generally the goal for sure. And that's the thing is we're going to have the full footage of our chases and everything like that. We're going to have it up on newschannel10.com, but we got a couple highlights here, one of which was a pretty close lightning strike when we were just over near Beaver yesterday afternoon. So let's take a look at that real quick. Whoa! Golly!
Did y'all see that?
Wow, please tell me y'all saw that. Right, Dave, so right there, I think we might possibly... All right, so first off, I've just taken to calling that a certified golly moment, because that was my instinctual reaction there. But then this just preceded that lightning strike by a little bit right there. You can kind of see there in the middle of your screen, that is a funnel right there. This was just about 5 miles east of Beaver, so thanks to the terrain there, a lot of hills up in the Oklahoma Panhandle. We weren't actually able to see or make visual confirmation of a tornado touching down, but as you'll see right here, it got pretty close. So we were watching that very closely. Like I said, we had that lightning strike. I mean, it was somewhere around a quarter to a half a mile away from us. I mean, as you can tell, I mean, that second from the flash to the loud bang of the thunder was certainly pretty close. So, and these are all things that if you were watching our stream last night, you saw it all happen live right there. As you can see that funnel right there condensing down closer to the ground. So we watched that. That spawned a couple tornado warnings. That was the closest we ever got to a tornado on the ground, but we got reports out of Derzett of 3-inch hail. There was flash flooding conditions in several areas. We stayed out ahead of this storm. I'm going to be posting some pictures on my Facebook page a little bit later today of some of the, like Shelby was talking about, she had some insane structure on her storms. This storm had some pretty crazy structure as well. But like I said, our stream yesterday, you got to see all this live if you tagged along. So if you missed it last night, tune in when we have these streams in the future because, I mean, we really get to document the craziest of the Texas Panhandle weather and what it has to offer.
I think I think there's like a few bucket list things that a weather nerd wants to see. I don't know. What did you think about that lightning strike?
It was a little close for comfort.
Was that a bucket list thing or was that a little scary?
You know, I think I was a good enough distance away that I'm not, I'm saying it's interesting to be closer to a tornado. Of course, you always want to find like those big hailstones and stuff like that, but being close to lightning, I'm not really a big fan of in that situation because I mean, you saw how close that strike was. I mean, the next one could have been right on top of us. So I quickly got back in the weather atlas and decided to start documenting what I was seeing from in there. But you can see right there, that funnel as well. We were fairly close. We were about maybe half a mile to maybe a mile away from that one. It fizzled out pretty quickly. And to the best of our knowledge, it didn't put down another funnel, but did try there for a second. So thankfully, didn't put one down long enough to do any damage, which is some good news. But pretty active evening across the area.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I love tracking with y'all. It's really, really fun. I send a lot of hearts whenever you're on Facebook.
Perfect. Right. We like that.
I'm like, ding, 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 ding. So whenever you see that, know that's me because I'm like,
perfect.
Please be careful. Please, please. Well,